Hello there. Last video we talked about claims, how they're made and how to make reviews of them. But this time we're going to talk about media. If the claim is the news message, the media is the platform where the claims are published. And let's look into adding and reviewing media as well into the Fact Check Assistant. You can enter the media page right here from the tab in the top bar. Here we can also see that Dagens Nyheter is automatically listed since it was reported as the medium in the dengue fever story. So let's say I'm a reporter looking into this site called newspunch.com. I'm a little unsure if I can trust the information on this site, so I will now show you how to evaluate the site to verify its truthfulness. Start by clicking Add Media. I will name it Newspunch. I will also paste in the URL and establish the type of medium. It's a news website. I also select to make this medium public to other FCA users, so they can do their own reviews in the future of newspunch.com. When I'm done, I click Submit, and as you can see now, Newspunch is added to the list. Let's add a review to it as well. Alright, so the first step to review the medium is to check if the website is on any public lists of fake news or satire content. To do this, the Fact Check Assistant suggests two resources, Wikipedia and factcheck.org. I click on the Wikipedia link and I scroll down the list right here, and yeah, newspunch.com is right there. And yeah, this fact alone should set off any indication that I shouldn't trust newspunch.com, but for instruction purposes, I'm still going to continue with the review so you can see how it looks. And back in the review, I can now answer yes on this question. To further explain my actions for other users that are reading my review, I quickly note down the reason to this answer. And then we're moving on to the next step. In the next step, the Fact Check Assistant wants me to answer if the medium has failed a fact check in the past. To do this, it suggests that I should check the medium with the site mediabiasfactcheck.com. Clicking on the link, the app automatically searches at the third-party site and gives me a detailed report on Newspunch's objectivity and reliability. According to this report, Newspunch is a questionable source with a far-right bias. I therefore answer yes in the question. Already in this review, I now know that I should be careful when using Newspunch as a medium for journalistic work in the future, but I will continue with a few more questions just for instruction purposes. Remember though that you can always skip some questions if you've already figured out if you evaluate some media to be more or less reliable already. In the next step, I will use the resource Web of Trust to check if the medium has poor technical security and safety standards. And as you can see here, Newspunch has a very low reputation in this regard, and you can also read other users' remarks on the site right here. And therefore, I will answer yes on this question as well, and I will write why as well on the optional notes. In the next step, I'm asked to get more information of who is behind the domain in question. I do this by viewing the DNS with whois details. But since the information doesn't tell me anything right here, I will answer not sure. And that's okay to write as well. The next question is regarding the physical location of the domain host. In this case, I skip this question as well, because it's really not relevant in this case. This question is more relevant in cases where the medium is managed somewhere else than it maybe claims to be. And let's move on. The next question asks if the medium is known to be biased in any way. And in this case with newspunch.com it's quite easy. We already know that from the site leaning towards the far right from a few steps back. So I only press yes and move on. Is the medium ranked poorly by others? To answer this, we use the resource Alexa's domain ranking system. And Alexa measures the traffic on the site, and in this case, I don't learn anything new, so I answer not sure to this question. Moving on. Here I'm asked if the site avoids any liability of their claims, for example, if the content is user-generated or not. To answer this question, we need to go to newspunch.com and look who's actually making the claims on the site. And by doing that, I can figure out that it's at least 3 different writers on the site. I therefore answer no. The next question asks if the medium lacks means of flagging or reporting published content. And since newspunch.com doesn't have that alternative, I will answer yes. Finally, it's possible to add further comments or problems with the medium, technical or otherwise. And now I'm presented with a calculated score of the reliability of the medium in question. However, based on what we found in the review, my personal assessment of Newspunch is that I believe it's totally unreliable because of its extreme right-wing content and, of course, because it's listed as a fake news website. I write my reasons so the other users can understand my review's result as well. Finally, I also must choose however I want the review to be public or private. To help other users, as well as fellow journalists, I will make my review public. Over time, the number of media reviewed would increase and give the fact-checkers access to the collective memory of how media were assessed in the past as well. It means that the new fact-checkers would benefit immensely from the earlier reviews as well, so every review counts. On a side note, you can identify claims published on a particular medium by clicking Claims Connected to this medium. And there you have it, really. Newspunch.com is now marked with a warning symbol for failing the reliability review. However, I can also edit or delete the review at a later stage, maybe if I want to change something. As with the list of claims, I can sort media after different filters and different values like time or positive and negative reviews, just to mention some. Next time we're going to talk about sources, so make sure to tune in for that as well. Thank you.